we're gonna move on to another member question. And so I think this is a really important one for all of us. There's a lot of talk, a lot of opinion on sleep and on recovery. So how important is sleep and recovery and overall health? How important is sleep for recovery and overall health? And what tips do you have on improving sleep quality? Morgan Kline,
yes.
You are religious about your sleep. Why?
Oh, you think so, huh? Well,
but judging by 9:42 every night, you are out like a light. So
yes, I think that sleep is incredibly important. For me personally, I've gone many, many years of not getting quality sleep because of just raising young kids and my sleep being interrupted every couple hours. And so I'm finally at a point, for the most part, where I can prioritize my sleep and get a full good night's rest. And I've seen so many more benefits throughout my day or just how I'm feeling based on how my sleep quality was. I actually started wearing my Oura ring again. Remember we talked about this in couple episodes
we did
back,
a trackable.
Devin.
Yeah, we did a
and
device
I just wanted to share. So we had Kline Bash like not too long ago, and I drank. We invite all of our HQ crew over, our Lake Norman crew, the studio crew, and their families, and we do a pool day, we do a lake day, we order food, we've got a drink truck, we got Kona Ice. It's an awesome day.
A lot of attractions.
Lots of fun. But I haven't been drinking a ton. I've just been kind of picking and choosing when I want to drink alcohol and really associating my sleep to it. And so on the Oura ring, it gives you a sleep score or a recovery score. And I'm just going to go back to, what day was it?
The June 22nd.
So
22nd? The 22nd of June.
Yep.
Good job,
okay.
You love.
No. Yes. Hang on. Well, no, that's not right, guys. Was it the 22nd? 22nd, yes. Okay. Anyways, long story short, you can see the dip in my sleep when I drank alcohol. And so for me, like it kind of messed up my whole day. It wasn't that I was hungover. It was just that I didn't get quality sleep. And so that for me impacted my motivation the next day, my activity level. I wanted to go to bed earlier than even later that night. And so sleep for me is that time for my brain to rest. And if I don't get that, I'm completely overloaded.
And when you drink alcohol, your brain isn't resting?
No, and I'm not getting that sleep that I need because it's, yes. So I believe there's a huge correlation with good sleep. And it's not just alcohol that can impact it. It's also your routine. It's, the lights that you have, the stimulation that you have before bedtime, the temperature you even have in your room. Like you got to get it right. So. Yeah.
From my understanding, and this, I'm sure Bill Nye, the science guy of fitness, will jump in here with the actual science behind
with
it.
My partner in crime, ChatGPT, over here.
But really, sleep is the time where your body's recovering, right? Not just your brain, but when you broke your muscles down, that's the time where I picture like the cells kind of like wake up, their alarm goes off, and like, all right, time to go to work, time to repair the body. And so I remember a clip from Hard Knocks, the HBO show that follows a team through training camp. And when they were following the Texans many years ago, JJ Watt got a lot of attention for saying that he sleeps 10 hours a night. And so he said basically that's the equivalent of taking steroids, because he said, hey, that's the whole job of steroids, is to help you recover. So then you can take on more activity. And if you can sleep and you can recover better, then it can actually create more capacity for me to do more work, right? In a way that's productive. And so that was just a good perspective from him. And then I think sleep science has come a long way. You really start to see, NBA teams, it's at, what is it, 82 game season, I think, and they're traveling. So they bring on people that help the team be able to sleep because they know, hey,
they're in different time zones too.
And and they have to play so often. I think MLB is 162 games, but I haven't heard as much about sleep, specialists on those teams. Maybe
it's also not as physically demanding as a basketball game.
On your joints, on the hardwood, it's just...
There's been dudes that like crush 12 packs of beer and go out and throw no hitters.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of the Babe Ruth days. And
old Curly, lefty Curly out here.
But I think the more that we're learning about sleep, it's becoming more of, hey, this is something that you need to be effective. Back in the day, it might, I sleep 4 hours and then I get up and crush my day. It's like, well, maybe if you sleep 7 or 8, you're going to be able to crush your day even better and more consistently.
Yeah, I would agree with Morgan. I think for me at least, it comes down to a routine.
Yeah.
Right. I eat dinner at the same time. I brush my teeth at the same time. We wind down. I cut off water so that way I'm not waking up in the middle of the night.
Oh, wow.
I know. Okay. Yeah. You gotta have your cutoffs,
Yeah.
right? So,
So does my son.
Yeah.
He's going to look back on this one and be
I
like,
know.
dang it, Mom.
I won't say anything more.
You're Aaron Maxey out right now.
Could be right, guy. We never know. But no, it changes your life when you find that routine and what works for you and what's sustainable, right? Don't do something that's not sustainable for you long term. If you can't do it every single day, why waste your time trying for a quick fix? I take the same supplements at night, right? I take my melatonin and my ZMA and all of those right before bed. And it's again, that's my routine. That's what works for me. It's sustainable. I've got the auto ship on Amazon. I got everything, right?
Nice.
And
Right
so
before bed at 7:15 p.m.
Yep, 7:15. Yeah, when you have a 1-year-old, life comes at you quick.
Yeah.
But
Gotta
that
get
also
in when you
helps,
can.
right? He goes down at 7, we go down at 8. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I have to admit something because I was in that whole hustle and grind and don't sleep when you're dead culture and mindset for a long time. And I wouldn't say that I could have bypassed that, but I will say that I leaned into it because I wanted to feel like it was normalized. And I mean, how many years did we go more sleeping like 5 or 6 hours, like 4 or 5 hours a night sometimes? I'd wake up the next day and be like, I'm good. And like, meanwhile, like I have like bloodshot eyes and bags under my eyes and I'm going on like hour 100 of work. And it's just like, okay, there's a certain level of urgency, effort, hustle that it takes to build a business. Like that's just a fact. Hard work works. If you're not willing to work hard, long, like then you're just leaving an advantage on the table. But I always thought that was just how I was. Like I could just do this forever. And I never languaged it that this was just a period of time in my life that I'm aware that this isn't good for my body. But I'm going to do it anyway because I need to during this time of my life and I'll get back to sleeping well. And I wanted to apologize for anybody that ever followed my advice. And, I said, I'm great in 4 hours. Everybody has their own, need for sleep and their own, that's BS. Like the humans are so similar. Like we all need 6, 7, 8 hours. It varies a little bit, but 4, give me a productive human being on 4 or 5 hours of sleep over a sustained period of time. And I'll show you a robot or an alien, not a human being. And I just started sleeping more once things got a little bit less busy.
Well, you could relax a little too.
Relax a little bit more. And I started sleeping 7, sometimes 8, sometimes on Sundays 9 or 10. And when
Thank you for admitting that.
when Morgan would let me sleep in. And I'll tell you what, it's been the one thing that has helped and this is more recent. Like this isn't like 5 years ago. This is more recent. This has been the one thing that has helped my body start to look and feel better the fastest. It's just getting enough sleep. I've never felt better on leg days personally. Oh my gosh, guys, for so long, leg days, just like, I love it, but my body hurts so bad. My joints hurt, my hips are clicking, my ankles are sore. Between sleeping more and cold plunging, I am maximizing my workouts. My legs are the strongest they've ever been. People have noticed, Devan, your legs, I've had chicken legs for my entire life. And people are finally starting to say, hey, look, your legs are looking good. I'm like,
does that feel good?
What? I've never heard that before.
I'm in the same boat.
So I just wanted to say that. I wanted to tell everybody, if you ever listen to me, I was wrong. I shouldn't have said that to you. And you should be sleeping an adequate amount so that your body can recover. Because it does 3 things from my perspective. It's mind, right? It's muscle and it's body fat. So when we sleep, muscle recovery happens because GH is released during our deep sleep. Okay, growth hormone is released. That's its peak. It's its peak release is during our REM sleep. Okay, number 2, improved performance. Cognitive function just means thinking, right? Like I'm able to think more clear. My reaction times are proven to be better. So my mind is sharper. I'm improving my mental performance. And if you Mine's all we got, right? So we've got to stay as sharp as we can there. Especially me, because some of us are born with a little bit more intelligence than others. So I got to wake up and be real sharp and on my game to keep up with some of these crazies up here. Well, weight management is the last one. You have some hormones that deal with weight management. Leptin is one that we all have probably heard of. These are controlling hunger impulses and ultimately body fat and our ability to store body fat and control our appetite or our hunger. So by just sleeping, you're going to maximize, like JJ Watt said, your muscle recovery. You're going to increase the ability to recover your cognitive function and your ability to burn body fat when you are awake is increased as well. So muscle, mind, and body fat. Those are the reasons for sleep and recovery.
Get your sleep.
Get your sleep, people. Don't listen to Devan circa 2016
Hey,
or 17.
somebody did listen to that and went and built a great business, and they'd probably tell you thank you because they were in the same part of their life. So don't beat yourself up too much.
I would tell them now that you, as a business builder, you are climbing up the mountain. Once you get to the top of the mountain, then the other side is easier and it's downhill, and you do not have to do the same things that you did when you were climbing up the mountain. You just don't. It's because I have Dylan and you and Morgan and Amber and our Trish, who's on the podcast a lot, and Day, who
All
was
the
just
team.
here.
Yeah.
Our entire team that's around us now. We don't have to hold the weight on our shoulders anymore, and that is definitely a good feeling. When you're climbing up the hill, it's like, and you're just you and Morgan, in our kitchen or something before anybody else comes on, and we are trainers and janitors, and we're literally holding all the roles. You have to go through those periods. I just wish I would have said, don't sleep now, because if you do it the right way, you're gonna get to here in a couple years.